Hi you guys, this is Renata. I'm doing this video based off of one of the TI's videos that I heard where the man recorded he and his wife arguing over this program. It made me so sad to hear that. So sad, because I know what these people do to relationships. Most TI relationships don't survive unless the person is with another TI, and some of those don't even survive. I've heard the stories. But this man, he's really going through a lot. He feels like his wife is involved in his targeting. The wife called him paranoid and crazy, which many of us have heard from our family members and things. The man said he's been poisoned, he'd been put in the hospital, he lost his job, he felt like people were trying to kill him, and all she really could say was that he's acting like a victim and that he makes everything about him. And that just flabbergasted me, because I don't know whether or not the lady's involved, because I don't know him and I don't know her, but I can say that she was not sympathetic at all. The man is saying that someone's trying to kill him, and all she could say is you're acting like a victim. That would make most people suspect. However, it doesn't mean that she's involved. We don't know the dynamics of their marriage and everything that has gone on throughout, I think they said 18 years or so, I think they mentioned on the video. So that's a long time to be with someone. So, we don't know. We don't know really what all they've been through. But she really did not sound like she had much compassion at all. And he really feels like she's involved in the targeting. And I just want to say that that's going to happen, whether it's true or not. Just the way this program is designed is going to make you think at times that people are involved in your targeting. But you really have to just take a step back and just really look at the situation, not make jump decisions. Again, I don't know if she is involved or if she's not, but I know she didn't show any support or compassion, at least in that small clip that we heard, and the link will be in the description box. So if you have not saw that video, you'll be able to hear for yourself. But I just want to say it's really important for us to know, and I'm sure anyone listening to this video already knows, but I just want to reiterate that one of the main goals is to remove all form of support from the targeted person. And that is including your spouse and any other family members who you may be in close contact with. Now, if you have a fifth cousin or a sixth cousin who you don't really communicate with very often, they may not contact that person. But as you all know, most people around the target, and I can't say everybody, but most people around the target will be contacted in some shape, form, or fashion. Some of them will become involved, some of them may not. I guess it depends on how strong the person is. If someone were to contact any of the TIs about someone, then I'm sure the TIs would not get involved. But based on the smear campaigns and whatever else they tell them, the briberies, the threats, money, or whatever it may be, many family members, friends, spouses, or whatever, they become compromised. And that's a really hard thing to deal with. However, that does not happen in all relationships. But you may feel that they're involved. Like this man feels that she's involved. And again, she might be. I don't know. I know she didn't show very much compassion, but that doesn't necessarily point to her involvement. Only he really knows, because that's his wife. But I will say this. These people really want to separate the family. And when the family gets separated, it hurts everybody. It hurts everybody. So I hope people don't make jump decisions and just leave your spouse. But I'm definitely not saying stay in any kind of abusive relationship, because I don't believe in that. But, short of that, try so hard to make it work. Try to make it work, because as this man mentioned in the video, he told her just give him some money and he's leaving. So now we'll have a homeless man, because he mentioned that he doesn't have a job because of all of this. He mentioned that people are trying to kill him. And that's when she didn't show any compassion. All she could say was, it's all about you, and you always want to be the victim. But he's saying somebody's trying to kill me. So I understand why she didn't show compassion there. But nevertheless, according to what I thought I heard on the video, it sounded like he's ready to go. So now you'll have a homeless man. I think they did mention children very briefly. You'll have children coming from a broken home. I don't know how old the children are, but if they're minor children, then they'll be from a broken home, and then you'll have this lady without a husband, and so the family is now broken up, divided. And I can see how it happens. Marriage is already stressful. A relationship is already stressful. Family dynamics, even if you're not in a relationship or not married, family dynamics with your siblings and your mom and your dad and your grandparents and your aunts and your uncles, that can be stressful at times. So you throw targeting in the mix, and it's even worse. Things are even worse. And being that most TIs don't know who to trust, when they start the mind control tactics, it can make you think that people are involved who are really not involved. So all I'm saying, I don't know if I'm articulating this right, but I'm just saying, don't be so quick to break up your family based on this program. Unless, of course, like I said, you're in something that you shouldn't be in. You're in an abusive relationship. I'm saying stay through any of that. That's not what I'm saying, because I wouldn't. But I'm saying try to make it work. Know the goals of this program. Understand who's behind this and what they're trying to do. They're trying to take all forms of support from you. They're trying to leave you destitute, with no one to lean on, no spouse, no children, no parents, no anything. And I'm not telling any TIs listening to anything that you don't know already, but I'm just reiterating, because that really made me sad to hear that. Again, I don't know if the lady's involved. She may be involved. She may not be involved, but it sounds like they're breaking up. And it's really, really, really too bad. As stressful as it is to deal with, and you feel like you should have your spouses or whoever relationship with, or your family members, you feel like you should have their support, and you should. You really should, going through this. But reality is, we won't have everybody's support. Everybody's not going to believe us, no matter how close we are. Some people will be compromised. They will be. There have been plenty of people who have been compromised in my targeting. Plenty of people who I never thought would turn on me, ever. But they did. Okay, so that's a harsh reality that we have to deal with. However, not everyone is involved. Not everyone is going to be compromised. And I know it feels that way, but it's not that way. And not everybody is going to become involved in your targeting. They're really not. Going back to relationships, I know as a person who is married and has been married for a long time, I know how stressful it can be. I am, without a doubt, the primary target in my family, without a doubt. So I discovered my targeting first, and I would point things out to my husband. He didn't necessarily see what I saw. Now I understand this, but I didn't understand that back then. So that caused a lot of friction and a lot of stress. He tried to be supportive, but he didn't understand because it wasn't his experience. So I had to learn to accept that and to really not talk about targeting much with him at that point. So I decided I would just talk about it to those who understand, the TI community, and try to keep the relationship, the marriage, intact. So we continue to do the things that we enjoy doing, which is to go out, to have fun, to do the things that we do. I just, it was difficult. I'm being honest. It was very difficult in the beginning until he began to get targeted pretty hard. So now he's targeted, I don't know, to the same level, because everybody's target is a little bit different, but he is targeted for sure now, as well as the children. But I believe that that's because they couldn't get him involved in it. So now I talk to him. So I'm saying all that to say that if you can't talk to your spouse or your partner, if you're not married, or your family members, just talk to other targets so that you can keep your relationships, your friendships, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your marriage, whatever it is, your relationships as a whole, so you can keep those intact. Because, see, they want to break all of this up, but you need support. Everybody needs support, and you deserve support. So just for the sake of keeping things together, just find another TI to talk about the TI issues with, if they're not receptive of it. Now, if they are receptive of it, then that's beautiful. That's great. But if they're not, then I'm telling you to spare your relationships. Then just try to talk to other TIs about it and continue doing the things you enjoy doing with that person. If it's a friend and you like going to the coffee shop with them, just continue on that and talk about the things you always talked about that had nothing to do with targeting. And you'll be surprised. They may come around later, because what you did when you brought it up, the first however many times you brought it up, you planted the seed. Okay, you've already told them about it. They know about it. I know it's frustrating that they don't do their research, that they don't believe you, that they call you crazy. I know that's frustrating, because it was frustrating for me. However, you never know. They may come back around. My husband fully understands now. He watches the videos. He understands. He does his own research. He is being targeted as well now. Okay, as I said, I was targeted first, but he or maybe he was, I don't know, but mine was more evident first, we'll put it like that. But now he understands. So you never know. All you do is plant the seed, let God do the watering, and you never know. They may come around later. But keep your relationships intact. You deserve love in your life. You deserve companionship in your life. I know it's stressful. Trust me. Like I said, I've been there. I know it's stressful when you don't get the support that you need, especially if you're the type that would be there to support whoever it is. But it just is what it is. You just have to accept it. Keep your communication good. In other areas, does not have to be about targeting. If you want to bring up targeting, be creative about it. Be very creative. You don't have to say, this is what's happening to me, or that's what's happening to me. I know with some of my relatives, I would take the opportunity when certain things would come in the news. I would say things like, yeah, a lot of people are experiencing that, or I read this on the internet, or something like that. Just be creative, but don't harp on it. Don't harp on it. I think we as TIs, we tend to, because that's our experience, and we're dealing with so much that we really want people to understand. But you have to understand that they don't understand. They may not. They may truly not understand. As open-minded as I have always been, I have never in my life heard of targeting. Not in this way. I know a little bit about COINTELPRO, a little bit about what Black Panthers went through, Martin Luther King, some of the other people, but I never heard of targeted individual. Okay, so you have to understand that other people may truly not understand, even though you've told them a million times. It is not their experience. It is your experience, okay? Plant the seed, let God do the watering, keep your relationships intact. Please keep your relationships intact. Do not let these people continue to destroy our families. People are losing their children. I've talked to several people recently who have lost their children because of this program. Lost their spouses, their relatives. Let's keep it together, you guys, as much as we can, short of any type of abuse. I have to keep saying that because we don't do the abuse. We don't do that. But short of that, keep it together as much as you can. Do your research. Understand how people around you can be manipulated. Maybe people are saying certain things that may trigger you, or doing certain things that may trigger you, but it doesn't necessarily make them involved. But it's a really tricky situation because at times you will think that people are involved, and at times they really might be involved. So I would say if you feel like someone is involved in your targeting that's close to you, a relative, a spouse, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whatever, keep a watchful eye on it. Okay, continue the relationship as normal as possible, but just keep an eye on it, and you will get the witness in your spirit to know when a person is truly involved. And when you know for sure they're truly involved, then you do what you have to do to take care of yourself, because I've done it many times. I've had to just separate myself once I am sure, but I try to make sure that I really, really, really know that these people are involved before cutting people off. Because if you keep cutting people off, you're going to find yourself in this world all alone, and that's not a good position to be in, because we all need someone. So I don't want to make this video too long. It's probably getting long already. But I just wanted to say that because I feel so bad for that man. I don't know him. I don't know if his wife is involved. I hate that it sounds like he's going to end up homeless. He feels like people are trying to kill him. I believe they mentioned children very, very briefly. It means the children are going to be in a fatherless home. And it's just a bad situation. I mean, he's out of work. You guys know everything they do, and it's just sad. So I just wanted to make this video just to kind of vent and just try to encourage someone who may be going through something serious to just really try to keep it together, because it's not an easy thing to do. Relationships are hard enough, but with this, it's just that much harder. Also, I want to say, keep people out of your business. I won't go too much into that. But for people who come to my call, you may know what I'm talking about. Keep the relatives, the in-laws, out of your business, okay? And I'm gonna leave it at that. But do that, and just a lot of communication, okay? That's all I want to say. All right. God bless and stay strong, everybody.